Next, on 4FSU, we've got rain on the radar. Matt Reagan and Matt Mackey are standing by for the first time in our brand new storm lab, and Margaret Hollis and Tevin Wooten are at the desk with everything you need to know for the days ahead. This is FSU Weather.
Hello and welcome into the spring 2017 premiere of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Tevin Wooten.
And I'm student meteorologist Margaret Hollis. We are very excited to be back, and we've got a lot of stuff. New stuff to show you guys.
A lot of new toys.
More about that later on in the show. It's going to be a very exciting show. We've got some pretty nice weather here around Tallahassee.
For now.
And then we've got another front that we're going to be talking about that's making its way across the southeast. Again, more about that later.
All right, but first we're going to send it out to Matt Mackey at the wall with a look at your weather.
Tevin, Margaret, thank you so much. Really excited to be back here for the spring semester. Let's jump right into things. Current conditions, 72 degrees on campus, mostly cloudy. Sunlight is fading quickly. The current dew point, 61 degrees, so not feeling too muggy. Temperatures right now, we're talking 71 in Monticello, 72 in Tallahassee, a little warmer further west of the immediate area, 75 in Wilma, 73 in those northern counties. As for the satellite and radar, we are dealing with mostly cloud cover streaming in right now across the Florida Peninsula. You can see on the far western reaches at the very end of this radar loop, we start to pick up a little bit of reflectivity, a little bit of rain out there. We've got more on that. More is on the way. We'll go ahead and progress it one more time, give you a look at your weather headlines. Temperatures are above average. Rain and clouds are on the way, and welcome back. Again, we are very excited to be here at FSU Weather. A whole lot of good stuff coming up in the show. We're talking rain coming through. We've got cold fronts out, moving through the Midwest, further close to the immediate viewing area. So Tallahassee, you're dealing with rain and clouds, as you can see again from that handy-dandy second headline. Welcome back. We hope to have a great spring 2017 semester. Right now, I'm going to send it back to the desk where Zach and Andres are going to give us a little look at weather history.
All right, Matt Mackey, thank you. Well, do you know what a green flash is?
I think I do, man. You want to hear about it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right. Well, on this day in 1837, Captain Back and the British Royal Navy first documented the first green flash phenomenon. A green flash is a rare optical phenomenon that is seen just before the sunrise. When the outermost edge of the sun crosses the horizon, it may flash bright green for several seconds.
No, I've never actually seen one before, but I'm actually quite curious about one. But you can only really, the best optimal time to see it is out at the ocean or across the horizon.
Right. And
it has to be very cloudless. So I have pretty much no clouds in the sky for you to see this.
Exactly.
So considering that I get seasick easily, I'm probably never going to see one.
Unless you just take the plunge. I don't know. One thing you might have seen is they had it on Pirates of the Caribbean, one of them. So I actually never knew it was real until very recently.
It's a real phenomenon. It's not just Hollywood. It's actually real.
Yeah.
But for right now, we're going to take it back out to the wall with a look at Local 1 with Tevin.
All right, Zach and Andreas, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed your Tuesday. We had a really long weekend of some fantastic weather here in the Big Bend area and in Tallahassee. Current conditions right now outside, 72 for us here in Tallahassee. Mostly cloudy, 61-degree dew points, and humidity at about 68%. You'll start to see that go up as we go throughout the next few days or so. 77 was the high today. The average high, look at that, 63 degrees, so we were well above average. The record, though, nowhere near it at 82 degrees. The low 49 degrees today, earlier this morning. Elsewhere across the area, 72 in Thomasville, 72 in Bainbridge, and 73 in Mariana. They were at about the 77 to 78 degree range earlier today, and you can start to see those cooler temperatures all along the coast. Carabel at 67 and Apalachicola at 68. But you also see the cloud coverage protecting them a little bit from that daytime heating, cooling them down even more. So here's a look at satellite and radar, and we do have some showers starting to approach the Liberty County area in Quincy over to Tallahassee. So you might see a light sprinkle or two or rain. That's going to increase as we go throughout the next few days. So enjoy today, enjoy what you can tomorrow. We do have rain on the way, possibly severe weather into the weekend. Dew points across the area: 64 in St. Mark, 63 in Monticello and Thomasville, 61 for Tallahassee and Bainbridge, 67 for Carabel, 67 at Apalachicola. So what does that mean? Well, here's what it means in our dew point chart, and you can see here 84 degrees. Anything above that is going to be miserable. Anything below about 60 or 50 is going to be pleasant or comfortable or very dry, but we are at the uncomfortable range. Again, that's likely to increase as we go throughout the next few days. Futurecast is going to show we do have a few chances for some hit or miss showers today and then on your Wednesday. Thursday, though, looks to be the best chance for rain and into Friday, and yes, unfortunately, into the weekend. So enjoy what you can outside right now because we're going to need those umbrellas as we go throughout the next few days this week. Tonight's forecast in the mid-50s to lower 50s if you're in Quincy, 59 for Carabel and 60 along the coast. Some clouds tonight, winds coming from the southwest at about 5 miles an hour, so not a bad night. Tomorrow, we do see an increase in rain chances. 79 is going to be the high for Tallahassee and 75 for St. Mark's and Carabel, 76 for Apalachicola. Winds again coming from the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Here's that 5-day forecast that I just mentioned. 20% chance of rain and showers for your Wednesday. Thursday starting to increase into about the 30% range, and Friday, Saturday, break out the umbrellas because it is going to be a tough one. We're going to go ahead and send it over to
very much, Tevin. We are here in the brand new weather lab at FSU Weather. This is going to be the headquarters for all of the latest models, radar, all of the data that's going to be coming into the FSU Weather studios over the next few years, hopefully. And this will be the headquarters for that. We've got computers all around us. We got new lighting equipment. We even have a reminder of our equations on the wall. Unfortunately, sometimes too much of a reminder. But let's get into the weather. And this is exactly what we're looking at right now. On our screen here, we're actually showing the temperatures here in the colors. And behind it, you can actually see a bit of a differentiation right here. That's where our cold front is. And that's going to be sitting there and kind of draped there and not really moving very much over the next 24 to 48 hours. Now we also have a lot of wind moving up and towards the cold front. Usually your wind, especially here pinpointing in Tallahassee, a lot of southerly wind flow at the surface that's going to be bringing in the warm Gulf moisture up into our area. Very warm, very humid, but actually kind of a nice day outside. Behind the front though, still chilly, especially in parts of Kansas, Oklahoma. That cool air is starting to usher in. We're going to get to the main batch of energy here in just a second. But let's bring up our latest computer models. This is courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. We can actually see the rain here in the green. And this is kind of showing all of the pressure contours, high pressures, low pressures, something that we look for here to find exactly where the weather's going to be. Now, we've pushed this out a few days. Possibility of some stray showers over the Tallahassee area, but really the Pacific Northwest is getting much of the weather right now. The rain, even in the mountains, the higher elevations, they're getting a lot of snow. So if you have a ski trip planned to the Pacific Northwest, it's actually looking pretty nice up there. A little bit farther out, this is 42 hours. Then we move into 48-hour range. It looks like much of the southeast could see some rainfall. This is on Friday afternoon. Now, these are just computer models, so this kind of gives us an idea of what we could possibly see. Now, let's go to a broad view here one more time with our satellite, infrared satellite. You got this batch of energy here. This is starting to move into the western part of the United States, and that's going to start to enhance the chance for some rain and the cooler air to flow into the country. One more time, here's our local radar. Once more, courtesy of Radar Scope. Some showers actually to our west, and these could push into the Tallahassee area over the next few hours or so. We'll keep an eye on that here for you. But right now, broaden our view with the southeast with Margaret.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, we're broadening things out to the southeast, and our southeast has broadened out a little bit from what we used to have. Now our southeast goes all the way up north to D.C. and to the Mason-Dixon line, which is what most people refer to as the northern boundary of the South here across the South. So looking here at current temperatures, we're looking 72 here in Tallahassee, 71 in Atlanta, up to 75 in Montgomery. Then we look a little bit west, 50 degrees in 53 degrees in Memphis, 52 out in Texarkana. Those are some significantly cooler temperatures than what we're seeing here in the deep south. So we do have some cooler temperatures on the way over the next couple of days, and we're going to look at satellite and radar here in just a moment as well. The sky conditions first here. We are starting to get those moons here along the East Coast, out in New Bern, North Carolina, clear skies and the moon. Brunswick down in Georgia also looking at clear skies. Now getting into our satellite and radar, sorry about that. We do see a large line of clouds, and some of that does have some rain in it. We're going to throw our attention down into Louisiana, the Texarkana area, to look at the heavier storms down there. Those oranges here that we're looking at in this radar loop are heavier storms, and those are about that boundary where the cold air is off to the west and the warm air down to the south and the east. And that line's going to keep making its way across the southeast over the next couple of days. We'll see its progress in the 3 days as we look at various cities across the southeast. New Orleans, they've got a pretty good chance of rain. Wednesday, 40% chance. Thursday, though, that 80% chance of rain. The rain makes its way through there. So it's most likely going to rain on Friday. So if you're planning a weekend trip out to New Orleans, pack an umbrella as you're heading out there. Memphis, they're also looking at getting into the rain earlier on Wednesday, 70% chance of rain. So that rain's going to come earlier and it's going to stick around through Thursday as we keep looking at more cities across the southeast here. Louisville is looking at getting that rain mostly on Thursday with that 70% chance of rain. And then the temperatures do drop out as the rain makes its way through there. Atlanta, our larger neighbor up to the north, Thursday and Friday as well, 80% chance of rain on Friday. You can see the pattern as we're moving cities that are closer to the East Coast. The rain comes through Friday. Charlotte, North Carolina, Thursday and Friday on the rain there. And again, those temperatures keep dropping as the rain passes through behind that, getting to behind that front. And then finally, Washington, D.C., looking at getting that rain just on Friday, 70%. Good chance of getting rain on the parade up there in D.C. with all the other patriotic festivities going on there. But right now, we're going to send things back to the desk with Jake and Andres.
Oh, Margaret, it is so good to be back. And, of course, I am here in my natural element. We're going to talk some sports real quick, specifically the Florida State basketball team.
Yes, we are playing Notre Dame tomorrow at 7 o'clock here.
Yep, it is the highest we've been ranked. We're currently ranked 10th in the AP poll. It actually went up to 9 last week. The highest we've been ranked since 1993, both the men's and women's teams in the top 10. So an exciting time to be a Florida State basketball fan for sure. And the weather for tomorrow's game is looking pretty good as well.
It is looking very decent. We're going to be in the 70s. We're going to be mostly cloudy around game time, but we're not really expecting anything in the form of rain. That's going to come more Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. As a cold front approaches its way to our immediate area, however, again, cloud cover and the occasional stray shower, much like we're seeing today, cannot be ruled out of the picture. So you want to come prepared, although the commute should be a pretty easy one.
It should be pretty easy. So if you have the chance or opportunity, go out and enjoy the game. It's going to be pretty awesome. We're not just a football school. We're also a basketball school.
Oh, yeah. Pack the tuck tomorrow night. For now, we have Katie Meyer out at the wall. Welcome back, Katie. What's going on locally?
Hey, Jake. Thanks for the welcome. That's so sweet of you. So, yeah, very cloudy day, mostly cloudy all throughout the day. 72 feels great. Feels great to be in Florida right now. Dew point is 61 degrees, so 68% humidity. Pretty normal for Florida, let's be real. Wind coming from the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour, so just a nice light breeze. It's just very nice day that we had here. Currently, all around the region, it's beautiful. Here we go. 70s lower, 70s all in the northern part of our region. 72 in our beautiful capital city of Tallahassee, and then a little cooler due to that sea breeze along the coastal region. 68 in St. Mark, 67 Carabel, 68 Apalachicola. So just very nice conditions. The water's a little chilly, but you know, it is January. So current dew point, 60s all around our region, and 59 in Valdosta there, 61 Tallahassee, 66 in Carabel, 67 Apalachicola. So yeah, always going to be a little more moisture in the air next to the coastal region. And taking a look to our satellite, you can see these showers coming in our way. They're just sweeping up through us, but they're not going to hit us till the next couple days. So we're good for now. 20% chance of showers coming in the future. But as you can see, they're popcorn-y looking popcorn showers, as we call them in meteorology terms. Futurecast radar looking again as we put these into motion. You can see these showers are really just hanging out in the Gulf of Mexico and the water, just really not hitting us right now, but then as we go into Wednesday, you can see them popping up, and that's where that 20% chance of rain is coming in. That means 20% of the area is most probably going to experience rain. And if you're going to go to the beach and you have a wetsuit, make sure you have a wetsuit, because look at that, 60 degrees. Holy camole, 60 degrees weather. So better have a wetsuit, but it's a beautiful day to surf. You know, me and my friend Zach McIntyre over here, we love surfing. So 2 to 3 feet, beautiful day. Go down in St. George, enjoy those nice winds from the south-southwest. And the UV index is at 7. And I'm just going to explain that UV index again. It's just very nice. It's moderate. It's a high risk. So even though it's nice outside, even though it's chilly in the water, you could still get sunburned, and it's January. So just remember to wear that sunscreen, and just remember that, sorry that I was standing in the way, I don't know why, but yeah, so just remember to wear that sunscreen and just enjoy the weather. It's beautiful. Just if you're gonna go in the water, be warned, it is cold. UV index, just as you can see, it's low to moderate all around our region. And continuing on, we're gonna see the evening. It's gonna be cloudy, guys. Not a really good night to go stargazing. Warm and muggy, 67. Clouds are gonna continue through the night, but it's not gonna be too chilly, not as cold, but similar but not as cold as it has been. Tomorrow's forecast, 20% chance of shower with a slight wind from the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour, and just 70s all around our region, mid to upper 70s. Taking a look at the week ahead, you can see these chances of showers persist throughout the week, and they actually accelerate and increase into the weekend. Now we're going to send it back to the desk.
Katie, thank you so much. I'm over here in the Storm Lab. We are taking a look at traffic here in the lab. Right now, you'll notice things looking really good all across I-10. That road all in green. Let's zoom into the city center, see where we're seeing a little bit more of our congestion, a little bit more of the fun stuff going on. Tennessee Street right now, you'll see turns to orange, starts to turn to red up towards the intersection with Monroe Street. So a lot of congestion, especially at those stoplights. Further south over here on Gain Street, you'll notice just that little two-lane road parking on either side. Things go to red and orange a whole lot quicker. Also seeing some congestion over here on Railroad Avenue. Let's go ahead and pull up some of our traffic cams courtesy of the City of Tallahassee's traffic website. Zoom out for a second. You'll notice here, this is the intersection of Ocala and Tennessee Street. Not looking too bad. Starting to see a little bit of volume out there on the roads, but still not much congestion. Over here, the corner of Gaines and Lake Bradford will also bring that up. You'll notice just the cars stopped at the light. For now, let's bring it on over to our trivia question. We're going to answer this in just a couple minutes. Matt Reagan will be back in the lab to give you the answer. But for right now, when is the first day of spring here in 2017? Your possible answers are going to be February 20th, March 20th, March 21st, or April 1st. So again, stick around. Within the next 5-6 minutes, Matt Reagan's going to be back here giving you the latest. Right now, I am going to send it on over to the wall. Andres is going to give us a look at what's happening around the state of Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Mackey. And currently around the state of Florida, it's 72 degrees here in Tallahassee, 69 in Jacksonville, 75 in Tampa, and a good, nice 77 down in Miami with a few bit of clouds around the area. Pretty much the same across the board, across the state of Florida as we look around. Satellite and radar, well, there's not really much going on except for some cloud coverage that's going on ahead of this front that's heading our way slowly but surely. And there is a little bit of lift going on in the panhandle, and this is associated with that front. But we don't have enough precipitation in the sky right now to precipitable water. It's underneath 1 inch right now, and it's not enough to cause any really any kind of formation of rain across our area, immediate area. But a little further down south, they're more under the influence of a high pressure system right now. It's keeping everything pretty much damp, as actually the middle part of the atmosphere is pretty dry right now. Looking down towards the south of Miami and the Keys, they do have some rain offshore. Nothing really going on towards the actual inland part of the south part of Florida. But as we move up north towards Tampa, we can also see, well, actually, we're going to look into Miami right quick. The forecast for the next couple of days, they actually are going to see very nice conditions over the next couple of days. 79 degrees every single day, mid-60s for the lows as we continue on. Now into Tampa, same thing. High pressure system dominating this part of the state as well. Nothing really going into Spring Hill, Orlando, or Lakeland. This is just false echo, so it's not really anything going on with the radar over there. As we move on to see the next couple of days for Tampa as well, Tampa is going to see some rain coming in maybe Friday. Not really. We'll see what happens, but for the most part, highs in the mid to upper 70s, lows in the mid to lower 60s as well. As we move on to Orlando. Nothing really going on in Orlando as well either. Like I said, the rest of the state is looking pretty much nice as we go on into the 3-day forecast for Orlando. Now, they're going to be a little bit warmer, unseasonably warm for this time of year. Highs in the low 80s and lows in the low 60s as well as we move on now into Jacksonville. Again, nothing really going on across the state of Florida as we see some false echo, maybe some little bit of precipitation that's falling in the form of very light rain, and it will evaporate before it even reaches the ground as we move on for the next couple of days in Jacksonville as well. They're going to experience some rain come Friday night. They're going to experience the kind of rain that we're going to be seeing here towards Tallahassee come Friday when this cold front moves around over here, but nothing really else in the form of heavy rain. But as we go over towards Pensacola, now they do have some lifting ahead of this cold front that's coming our way. And there's not enough moisture in the air right now for these storms to really keep up going. So once the sun goes down, these storms will go away as well. As we look into the next couple of days for Pensacola as well, we have 75 degrees for tomorrow. But now this cold front, it is packing some punch when it comes over here. So 80% for Thursday and 40% for Friday. And even more as we go into the weekend. As we go into the tonight's forecast, we see 57 here in Tallahassee, 61 in Orlando, and also 66 in West Palm Beach. And for tomorrow, oh, and actually we're just going to go ahead and pass it off to Matt and Katie at the desk.
Andres, thank you so much. Not really looking forward to that rain. Hopefully it doesn't rain on any of these events going on around campus.
That would be horrible.
I know. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., the annual Art Faculty Exhibition is going to take place. Thankfully, that's inside. That's at the Museum of Fine Arts over in the Fine Arts Building on West Call Street. But really excited to see some of the faculty and what they're going to put together.
Absolutely. And not only that, but the SLC, our student movie theater, is showing the film Sully, which stars Tom Hanks. What an awesome actor.
I'm a big
9.
Tom Hanks fan.
Yeah, and like they're having Tom Hanks trivia right before it. So
That's
you guys
awesome.
should check it out.
And again, that is
9
free
p.m.
admission for FSU students.
Yes.
So, I mean, just go out there and make it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. at the FSU Commons Courtyard, the MLK block party is taking place. There's some free food for you.
Absolutely, and just to let you know, sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but tuition and fees for the spring 2017 semester are due in full on Friday by 11:59 p.m. So.
Oh, man, I got to get mine in.
Yeah. That would be
For now, we're going to send it on off to the wall. Jake's going to give us a look at what's going on around the country.
Thanks a lot, guys. Time to bring back an old favorite, our good old game, Find the Front. Starting off with your national conditions here, you see a big temperature divide between Atlanta and Memphis. That's the thing I really want to point out here. The front currently situated along the southeast here, so you're going to see a pretty sharp temperature gradient once we get our way into the 24-hour temperature change. Plenty of rain and cloud cover ahead of that cold front as well. So let's move on to the temperature change now over the last 24 hours. And here is that impact. 11 degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday over in Memphis, 15 degrees cooler in San Antonio, 13 in Dallas. They had plenty of severe activity over in parts of Texas right after, of course, the Cowboys-Packers game had just ended over there. A high-pressure system moving its way in behind that cold front, going to be contributing to some pretty calm weather, thankfully, in those areas. Now we move on into the watches, warnings, and advisories. A coloring book up in the northwest. Plenty of winter weather. We have a low off the Pacific Northwest coast, just off the coast of Seattle, bringing a lot of snow into those mountainous areas of Oregon and Washington, as well as a winter weather advisory active in parts of New England, New York over into Vermont and New Hampshire, and even into the Boston metro area. So a pretty active day across those two corners of the country. Otherwise looking pretty quiet. Now we move our way on into the satellite and radar look, and you're going to see the rainfall really ahead of that cold front. The low pressure center currently moving its way into eastern parts of Canada with a lot of rain stretching down. We had a freezing rain event actually yesterday in parts of the Great Lakes. Michigan in particular was hit hard, and some storm activity moving its way into the southeast as well, into the Sun Belt, Louisiana, Mississippi, areas like that, and of course plenty of activity as into parts of the northwest as well. Now we're going to zoom in just a little bit here after we show you the water vapor. You really see the low spinning its way up through the Great Lakes region right now, moving into parts of Quebec after it passed the Toronto metro area. And again, a lot of moisture along that, and that's going to help to drive our rain chances up as we move our way into the upcoming weekend. Now we zoom into the satellite and radar look, and again, a lot of activity into Canada as well as down into New York. And if we move our way just a little bit further to the south here, we're going to see more of that rainfall down into some of the mid-Atlantic states. If you move your way down towards Pennsylvania into Maryland, the D.C. metro, a lot of clouds going on there. But that's starting to push its way off the coast. The front is gradually moving its way eastward, setting up for a pretty quiet picture across the eastern Great Lakes. Now we move our way on into the airport delays, and not much going on in New York, except for New York and D.C., the Northeast, as well as the Pacific Northwest. You see Seattle with no delays as of this time, but some pretty active weather up in the areas of Oregon and Washington. Here's the Futurecast radar. If we get this into motion, you're really going to see the cold front slowly pushing its way eastward, contributed by another low that's going to try to spin its way up in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to see a lot of activity as we move our way into Wednesday and even into Thursday, with that snowfall sticking its way around in the Pacific Northwest as well as the Rocky Mountains. For now, we're going to take it back over to the lab where Matt Reagan's standing by.
Thank you very much, Jake, for that forecast. We're going to take a look at the answer to the trivia question that other Matt asked a little bit while ago from the lab as we were looking at traffic. Of course, here it is. When is the first day of spring 2017? For all of our friends in the Arctic air right now, they want to see this one. March 20th. B is the answer. So right now we're going to send it back on out to Zach for a look at our local.
One of those. Okay, cool. All right, thank you, guys. Now we're going to take a look into Tallahassee. Right now we're sitting at about a nice warm 72 degrees. It's been really warm today, especially in these December temperatures. It really feels like a winter day the way it's been with 72. Our current dew point is 61 degrees and our humidity is about 68%. So it's kind of gone up throughout the day, and that's because of this cold front that we have coming through. And look at the almanac. Today was 77 degrees was our high. We're well above our average for this time of year, about 13 degrees, but we're still very comfortably under our record, which is 82 degrees. And our low is definitely higher than our average as well. The current conditions, like I said, 72 in Tallahassee. Mariana, we're sitting about 73 degrees. Down in Apalachicola, it's cooler around the Gulf at 68 degrees, and all along that Gulf line, it's just a little bit cooler because it just likes to keep the same heat due to that ocean. The current dew point is about 61 here in Tallahassee. Mariana is about 64, and as we can see along that, that Gulf Coast, it's much more humid because of the water, as you could assume. If we take a look at the air quality, it's really nice right now. So if you've got any kind of allergies, not really too much to worry about. It's like sitting just a little bit less than the medium, so it's not too bad. You can go out and breathe easy and not have to worry about too much. We've got this front passing through in a couple days, and as we're going to see, we've got this developing cloud cover. So today was medium clear, and as tonight passes, we're going to see some more of this like cloud cover pushing through. And we've got a couple scattered storms to the west of Tallahassee, but nothing really to worry about until like Friday and Saturday, when we'll definitely start seeing them some more. Tonight's forecast, we're sitting about 55 here in Tallahassee, 54 in Quincy, and along the coast, it's a little bit warmer in tonight. Apalachicola, about 60 degrees. We're going to have some clouds here in Tallahassee with a nice light wind out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow's forecast, it's going to get even hotter. And tomorrow's going to be about the hottest day of the week. We're hitting about 79 degrees with about 78 up here in Bainbridge. And St. Mark's down to about 75 degrees. And Apalachicola about 76 with a chance of 20% for showers tomorrow. And the winds are going to pick up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we take a look at the week ahead, like I said, tomorrow's going to be pretty warm, about 79 degrees. And then it's going to, as we look into Friday and Saturday, our rain chance can go up to about 80% to 70%. And you're going to notice that these lows and the highs are really close to each other due to the cloud coverage. And each of those are really warm. So Saturday, it's going to be 77, 64 is the low. And as we go into Monday, the cloud and rain are going to go away just a little bit. We're going to go down about 40% chance of rain. And on Tuesday, we're going to see the temperatures cooling down just a little bit because of the front. And right now, we're going to pass it off to the desk with Matt and Jake.
Thank you, Zach. It is great to be back here in the saddle, as you said, at FSU Weather.
Of course, but with that being said, we have a little bit of activity to go over. There's that 7-day for you really quick. Saturday and Sunday, even Friday, looking like a pretty active stretch of days here with some strong thunderstorms on the horizon potentially.
Yeah, we'll be watching that one very closely here at the studio and from our new weather lab.
Of course, it is perfect. However, I won't be here for that. I'll be off in the land of constant 70% chances of rain in Seattle. So,
well, you'll have fun there anyway. Anyway, we're all over social media. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. Twitter, the same thing. Follow us for all the latest weather updates for the Tallahassee Big Bend area. Live stream as well. And there's another one.
Don't forget to give the Instagram some love. First time in 2017, folks.
There we go.
You gotta love it. FSU Weather's back, and we are excited for a fantastic semester. For all of us here, I'm student meteorologist Jay Karstens.
And I'm student meteorologist Matt Reagan. We will see you here, same time, same place.